This video will feature the 7 worst MrBeast copycats from around the world, starting with Jimmy's own country, the United States, where the Stokes Twins became one of the most notorious copycats on YouTube. Now, the Stokes Twins is a YouTube channel run by 2 brothers from California that mostly became famous for staging a bank robbery prank that went wrong, their heavily inspired challenge videos, and ultimately copying every single viral video they could. At one point, it got so bad that they got called out by Charles the French for copying the exact script of his video, The Problem with Online Classes.
Jack? Okay. Peter? Okay.
Charles?
Present.
Andrew? Lexi? Alan?
Alright, some people say copied, they say inspired. Let's say it's heavily inspired. Heavily inspired.
And it caused the Stokes Twins to receive a lot of backlash for this video, eventually resulting in them finally taking responsibility by admitting that they should have done a better job crediting him, but also then deflecting the blame by claiming that they themselves get copied as well. And yes, this hesitant apology showed their true intentions, as more
Heavily inspired
content ensued, causing them to evolve into the biggest MrBeast impersonators on YouTube at one point. Thumbnails, titles, scripts, and even his banner. Nothing that Jimmy created was safe from the hands of these twins. And while the Asher Show originally exposed this in a video that got over 400,000 views, it didn't gain much attention until FaceRug called him out on Twitter for getting his thumbnail completely ripped off, and SunnyV2 making a video on the entire Stokes Twins saga as well that received over 6.4 million views. This video concluded that nothing had changed after all the drama.
Despite the call out and backlash, the thumbnail remains unchanged with the video sitting at over 10 million views. I guess the Stokes Twins never really learned their lesson, but rather got better at simply ignoring the criticism.
But they did eventually change this thumbnail into something slightly different, turned off the comments on their online classes kit, and removed the Pikachu from the stolen MrBeast Tesla thumbnail. They were small changes, but it showed that their consciousness might have caught up with them. However, this was further from the truth, as the Asher Show uploaded another video in June of last year where he exposed them for once again copying Mark Rober, Corridor Crew, Eric, Brownie, and of course MrBeast, continuing this strategy of stealing but making it a little bit more subtle.
This door looks very familiar. They just took this door and pasted it on their own little image here.
So, the question that remains is, where are the Stokes Twins now? And are they still copying MrBeast? I mean, they continue to upload weekly on their YouTube channel and are still getting more than 100 million views each month. So yes, they are very successful. But is it without copying? Well, not really. Because not even 4 weeks ago we can see a thumbnail on their channel that you might have seen before. Yet, when we go further south in North America, we land in Mexico. And here lives the YouTuber JDaniel, a MrBeast copycat that got exposed in October of 2022. JDaniel is a YouTuber with almost 4 million subscribers that produces content very similar to his English-speaking counterparts. And the Asher Show, what a legend, called him out for stealing ideas from MrBeast, misleading his fans that he knows him, and having copied thumbnails. However, not only MrBeast was a victim, as Ryan Trahan got an even worse treatment, with exact thumbnail concepts and this entire series of surviving on 1 penny for 30 days getting stolen by Daniel.
You got holding pizza, the resets. I like this one because they're both holding the jerry can. You're not even trying to be different.
And while this was obviously a complete rip-off, it went entirely under the radar, with neither Ryan Trahan or MrBeast commenting on the situation. However, surprisingly, after this series he upped originality by posting another one where he tried to earn 1 million pesos in 45 days and is now busy with surviving the jungle for 30 days, a challenge that he actually got from MrBeast himself. Yes, you might have expected that if Daniel would get any attention from Jimmy, it would be negative. But this was further from the truth, as MrBeast sent him a personal message challenging him to survive 30 days in a forest.
Hey Daniel, I heard you're a fan of the channel, so I have a challenge for you. I'm giving you 30 days to survive in a forest, and the only way out is if Fede tells you you can leave. If you fail to complete this challenge, then you can't upload a video for a year. Good luck.
Now it looks like this was some sort of collaboration between the two, as Daniel gave the Beast Reacts channel a short advertisement segment as you could now watch all the videos in Spanish. And this could have been a marketing strategy by MrBeast to reach a wider audience. So, after all this time, Daniel finally didn't have to fake his connection with MrBeast anymore, as this was a perfect example of fake it until you make it. Then again, North America isn't the only continent that produces MrBeast clones, as Alejo Igoa from Argentina also also got caught stealing ideas from MrBeast. Now this copycat even got overlooked by the detective Asher himself, as it got brought to my attention in a Reddit post made by Sunix that got 0 likes. But the similarities that got shown caused me to dig a bit deeper, and the results confirmed this user's suspicions. At first, it seems like this was a one-off situation, but when you look at his video of facing 100 fears in 24 hours and search the same title on YouTube, you can start to see a pattern, with the Stokes Twins being an inspiration to him, which is very interesting to say the least. But this wasn't even it, because he also copied thumbnails from Unspeakable, Preston, Unspeakable again, and of course MrBeast with very heavily inspired content. There seems to be a trend on this channel where he only copies a video idea and thumbnail from a big creator every so often, and only does it months after their original video, which might explain the fact that nobody really bats an eye. Also, his YouTube channel is massive with over 22 million subscribers, and he's a huge Spanish-speaking personality with 7.5 million followers on Instagram as well, accumulating the astronomical amount of more than 400 million views per month. So his success can mostly be accounted to the challenges and kit-related content that he makes, not a few concepts that occasionally get ripped off from other creators. So Alejo Igoa isn't our worst perpetrator on this list, but when we go across the water into Europe, we find another MrBeast copycat that had the entire internet after him. And this was of course Morgz, located in the United Kingdom. Now Morgz is a massive YouTuber with over 12 million subscribers that already got criticized a lot by the internet for his content. But this criticism got even worse when he got accused of imitating MrBeast content. It all started when Jimmy uploaded a video in April of 2018 titled "Can 1000 rolls of duct tape stop a car?" After which, only a few months later in August, Morgz posted a similar video titled "Can 1000 layers of duct tape stop a car hitting me?" This went unnoticed at first, but more and more fans started recognizing the similarities between the content of both YouTubers, which resulted in MrBeast addressing it in a tweet that has since been deleted, and Morgz responding to this tweet that MrBeast also wasn't original. Now a small discussion followed after this, with MrBeast making a video response.
All I want is just, you know, when you get inspired, because it's clearly you're getting inspired by me, just switch it up a little bit more.
But both settled the disagreement in a civil way, with Jimmy asking Morgz to just add a little bit more of a twist on the video ideas he took from him. They both went their separate ways, not thinking much more of it. But Morgz got a ton of videos made on him and had to blacklist the word MrBeast in his comments, as the hate started ramping up. But this didn't stop him, as he continued taking inspiration from MrBeast in the way that he deemed acceptable throughout 2019. And it resulted in MrBeast firing snarky remarks at him once again, and now even Chandler from Jimmy's team shining a light on the situation as well. In fact, MrBeast also quoted Chandler's tweet and stated that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, after which Morgz finally responded again a few months later and accused Jimmy of stealing video ideas from him, a claim that MrBeast quickly counter-argued with various points. Morgz questioned his response, but no further arguments followed from Jimmy's camp, and Morgz even got called out again as recent as September of last year for copying content from not only MrBeast but also EvanTube, Eric, Brent Rivera, Ryan Trahan and Jesser. Nowadays he has disappeared for over 3 months already and is seeing nowhere near the views he once had. However, somewhere else in Europe, more specifically in the Netherlands, we can find another MrBeast in my own country, who is better known as Kriekel. Kriekel is one of the most well-known and most watched Dutch YouTubers, as he has over 280,000 subscribers and sees more than 2.5 million views per month coming in, which is insane for the relatively small audience the Dutch language has compared to the English and Spanish speaking part of YouTube. Now his obvious admiration for MrBeast began with a livestream where he watched MrBeast for 24 hours straight, and not long after he started implementing the same design and content style as the man himself, giving away large amounts of candy or pennies with over-the-top thumbnails. At one point his inspiration for videos and thumbnail sources became more and more apparent, even copying ideas like Tinder in real life from the Sideman, giving away 50,000 popcorn for 50,000 subscribers, a similar concept to a subscriber milestone series that MrBeast had already done before, and giving a fist bump to popular Dutch YouTubers and worldwide celebrities that was inspired by the Hug and Handshake series from Vidius. Now Kriekel didn't blatantly copy the script or thumbnails, despite it looking very similar, but still got called out by a YouTuber called Wilbo with 75,000 subscribers. subscribers. His video naming Kriekel the MrBeast of the Netherlands received a respectable 21,000 views, in which he criticized the current Dutch YouTube content scene with a lot of humor and sarcasm, but reserved the main topic of his video for the man himself. He explained that his videos felt a little bit fake. With Kriekel's You Can Keep Everything You Can Carry video getting criticized for being an easy challenge as the items could be stacked perfectly on top of each other.
Alles wat op de tafel staat. De grote doos, iets kleinere doos, iets nog kleinere doos. Een steen met 20 euro, een Focus Energy, een baby. Dit kan ik allemaal zelfs dragen.
Called out his obvious target audience of kids and teenagers with the obnoxious subtitles, and once again stated the obvious similarities in their mannerisms. However, Kriekel continues seeing insane growth in a short period of time, and even met MrBeast himself for his fist bump video that went viral, also showing once again that transferring content that already works to an audience with a different language will most definitely find success. And from Europe, we go to South Asia, where the legendary Asher Show found another MrBeast copy in India, and this one even responded to him. The YouTuber in question, who goes by Gazilions, got exposed in December of 2021 for copying MrBeast, Preston, Unspeakable, and Eric, with him even blatantly stealing thumbnails and photoshopping his own face on the people in the original thumbnails, and the Asher Show called him out for it.
They didn't even change the bodies, they just moved their heads onto their bodies.
Now Gazilions actually commented on the video saying never underestimate Indian YouTuber, which was quite fake, but Asher's criticism actually had an effect on them, as they changed the banner and logo after comments of it looking similar to that of MrBeast, and even changed the terrible photoshopped thumbnails, making them the first channel that finally took Asher's feedback and did something with it. Nowadays they changed their name to the Matt Brothers and appeared to create their own original thumbnails, which resulted in them salvaging their reputation and them continuing to see great success with more than 8 million views per month and a growing subscriber base. But none of these MrBeast impersonators compare to the final copycat on this list, as the most shameless and father of all MrBeast clones is located in Belarus, where A4 anchored the Western YouTube community with his antics. A4, also known as the Russian MrBeast, is a YouTuber with over 45 million subscribers that first gained notoriety for his blatant MrBeast copying back in February of 2021. As of course none other than the Asher Show uploaded a video exposing him that got over 7.9 million views. Now it started with a tweet from the man MrBeast himself, as he called out A4 for taking his thumbnails and photoshopping his face on there, after which A4 replied to him in an Instagram story saying that it was just one picture and that it was better to watch his content anyways, as A4 did it 10,000 times better. However, the community was quick to call him out on this, as he used a set for his deserted island video and didn't actually give a Lamborghini away but only the first ride in it, making this argument pointless, as MrBeast actually does invest a lot in his own videos. But this wasn't even it, because he also copied Just Dustin and even copied the merch of MrBeast, making his reputation worse and worse. Yet A4 didn't care, as he continued copying Preston, got a video made on him by SunnyV2, stole ideas from Unspeakable, got his own Burger King meal in Russia, and even made an English channel on which he copied videos as well. However, what happened to him after this? Well, nowadays he has an album on Spotify, his own chips brand, and continues stealing thumbnails, as even the sidemen aren't safe now. I guess some people will never learn. I hope you enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's much appreciated.